Welcome back, YouTube, and today we're going to do an unboxing of an Opus 3 booster box. Now, this one's really old by this point. I think it came out maybe late 2017 or something, but I got my hands on one of these. This one's fairly new, so I wanted to do an unboxing, and I also kind of wanted to see if some of the errata we know about has actually made its way into the newer prints. Now, I don't remember them offhand, but if I notice them when I edit the video, I'll make sure to leave comments about it. So let's look at the box first. Pretty boring art for this one, actually. This actually isn't one of my favorite Opus sets. And the value of a lot of these cards was actually destroyed by the release of the Heroes and Villains set, because Genesis and Vivi used to be some of the heavy hitters in this, and they were reprinted, so now the price is tanked to almost nothing. Now, of course, we have the trusty purple scissors. And let's open this bad boy up. All right, throw that away. And we have 36 fresh booster packs. So what I'm going to do here is, for the first few packs, I'll show all the commons slowly for those of you who have never seen them, and then I'm going to kind of breeze through them and focus on the heroes and legends. Now, of course, they have the tear strips. I never use them because I feel like a lot of cards get damaged during that part, so I always cut them with a scissor. It's more time consuming, but for me it's worth it. I'm not exactly in a rush. Alright, so here we go. Time Mage, Summoner, Imaginary Brawler, Oracle, Sice, Gladiator, Summoner, Kuya. Oh, so we start off with a Legend foil. I don't think this is one of the heavy hitters. I haven't checked TCG Player in a while, especially for these kind of not popular sets, but always a Legend foil is good. Even if the legends aren't worth much, the foils usually carry some value just because they're so hard to get. So even like the garbage legends, the foil versions, will often have some worth to them. How should I organize this? I'll do commons over there, rares, heroes, legends. Pack number 2. Hopefully this video doesn't run too long. Summoner, WRO Commander, Dancer, Black Mage, Berserker, Mystic Knight. These names are annoying to say, so I'm going to stop. And a common foil, Sky Pirate Replica. Nothing special there. Barbarissa, Scarmiglione, Cagnazzo. This is actually an errata if I remember, so I need to double check this one carefully after this video. And Seador, just a hero. Pack number 3. Now, for those of you who are worried, I have never cut a card using the scissors, and if I ever do, I'll delete the video so you'll never know about it. So just assume that it never happened. Aricia Alracia, rare foil. Again, nothing that special. The Girl Who Forgot Her Name. Schalke. Annual, I think this is an errata too. And White Tiger Lassie Nimbus. Alright, so I think we've established that this set has some of the most annoying names to say. I don't think this set was really that popular. Other than Genesis and Vivi, those were kind of staples in decks for a long time, but I don't know how many of the other cards in this set have really held their worth. Oh, a hero foil, Faris. That one's good. White Tiger, Lassie, Kunmi. 9, thank you, that's easy to say. Black Waltz 2. And Palom, hero. So we haven't got any legend non-foils yet, but I think that's only pack 4, so it's really not a big deal. I think from any given booster box, you can usually expect anywhere from like 3 to 6 legends, depending on how lucky you get with the legend foils. Alright, Ranger, Semblance of a Gunslinger, Deep Crown Soldier, Dancer, Kina, Berserker, Cloud, Time Mage, Common Foil. Very shiny. Geku, Diablos, Aiko, and Minerva, another hero. Alright, pack number 6. Red Mage, Freya, WRO member, Emina, Leonara, Cloud, Summoner, and Shelke, a rare foil. We got Sephiroth. This kind of art always confuses me. I love this style of artwork. Opus 7 had a lot of it. And sometimes I always think that it's a legend because the art looks so much better than the crap like this. Larisha, Iza, Yoi, and Feral Chaos, another hero. Alright, let's keep going here. Horror of Antiquity, Semblance of a Gunslinger, Deep Ground Soldier, Dancer, Queen, Harley, Pelennor, Izayoi, Rem, Atamos, Kurasame, and Garnet. Oh, there we go. Our first non-foil legend. I think this is actually top 4 in kind of the pricing for the set. I'm not sure about that. You know, the problem with me is, I kind of mentioned in the past that I don't actually play this card game very much. I'm a huge Final Fantasy fan, so I've collected all the cards. But because it's so difficult for me to get to an LGS, I've only done it a handful of times. So I'm not really the best resource for kind of deck ideas and knowing what cards are powerful. I saw some videos from this channel. I think his name was Josephier or something. He had some pretty good insights into decks, and I think he actually plays like semi-professionally or even professionally. So if you want like deck ideas, I'd go check that guy's channel out. I'll be openly honest about the fact that I haven't been able to play this game much, and I'm certainly not an authority on knowing what cards are really good in the meta. I do have some second-hand knowledge. Oh, here we go. X-Step, another legend. So back-to-back legends. Again, this art is kind of, you know, it's cool because it's iconic at the same time. I mean, like, compared to the Garnet over here, I think that card looks a lot better. What was this? Rares, commons. So anyways, back on topic. So I would check out some other people's channels. I really hope that other people start kind of making more videos on Final Fantasy TCG and deck building and stuff, because it's very important for players to get into the game to kind of really increase sales and increase the value of these cards. If no one's playing it, I don't think the collectors alone can keep the scene going, although they are an integral part of kind of the economy. Whoa, legend foil. Ramza. Again, I'm not really sure how much any of these cards are worth, but in general, any legend foil will hold its value because they're very rare compared to the non-foils. That's actually pretty cool artwork. Final Fantasy Tactics is still one of my favorite games of all time. Actually might be my favorite game of all time, period. I still have my CD, the original CD, not like the greatest hits reprints or whatever. It's beat to hell, but I've literally played the original one, the War of the Lions. I've played it on my mobile phone, except that one sucked. And I actually, and I actually always go back to the original because the, I don't know what they did in the newer games, but the sound effects don't sound the same. I think it was most dramatic for, I don't know if you guys remember Gafgarian, but he had that move, Night Sword, that kind of drains life from people. And this really sweet sound effect, sounded like kind of like a sharp sword clang. And then I remember I played the PSP version. They changed it to like this weird mushy sound, like a squish. Oh, here we go. Genesis. Legend. This one's actually worth a lot. So this one was reprinted in Heroes and Villains, and it literally tanked the value by like half or 3 times overnight. I think you can actually tell the difference between this one and the reprints, though, because if I remember right, they put this game thing up a little bit, so now it's like a separate bar on the top, so you can distinguish if it's a reprint or not by looking at that part. But still, I think that's a pretty good hit, even though the value isn't that high anymore, just because of heroes and villains. Which, by the way, is probably the greatest starter deck ever made. I couldn't believe the number of high-value legends they put into that thing. But again, it kind of speaks to the danger of investing in cards based solely on like value in the meta. I think a perfect example right now is Wall. That card is apparently so powerful that almost every deck is worse without it. So I think the foil version right now has skyrocketed to something absolutely insane, like $90. I think that's actually from some guy buying them out and trying to kind of hike up the market for them. But at the same time, if you try to hoard a bunch of walls and hike up the price, what happens is if Square Enix ever decides to do something like Heroes and Villains and reprint Wall in another set, the value of that is going to be absolutely obliterated like overnight. So it's almost always safer when you're collecting to invest in a few out-of-print cards rather than trying to track like the meta of the game. A lot of people got hosed doing something like that in Magic the Gathering where they try to predict what cards will be powerful in the meta in the new set, and then it just gets reprinted and they got destroyed. White Tiger Lassie Nimbus. That looks kind of cool. These names are really annoying to say though, I gotta say. Masked Woman. I actually kind of like that artwork. Edward. Don't like that artwork. Definitely don't like this artwork. You know what I think it is for me? I don't like it when they just use this plain white background. To me, I think that's really lazy. I don't know how you guys feel about it, but for me, I personally think it kind of takes away from the art of the card because it's all this white blank real estate that they could have done something with that just speaks to really low effort. Same thing with this, but at least they have kind of a gradient here. So I'm going to start going through the commons a lot faster since you've seen most of them now. Ursula. This art is crap as well. Like, I have no problem with video game art, but that looks like pixelated almost. Rydia, White Tiger, 9, and Sildra. See, like, this doesn't look particularly nice, but it looks like there was some, like, effort put into it. It looks almost like a watercolor or something. You know, I think sometimes when people criticize the art of Final Fantasy TCG, it's not so much the art, it's the amount of effort they put into it, because sometimes it's clear that they literally just took a sprite from an old video game and just copy-pasted it on top of a card template in like Adobe Photoshop. And I think people get kind of upset by that. Freya, also video game art, but looks a lot better. Scarmig, like this one is actually like pretty legit artwork. I actually like this one. I think this one's actually an errata too. I'll have to double check later. Cognazo, Brandalis. So let's see, how far are we in? We're about halfway into videos already. 13 minutes. I don't want to put you all to bed, so I'm going to start zooming through these comments here because I really want to keep this video under 20 minutes. Black Mage, Luca, Black Mage, Yuffie, Pelennor, Cater, Moogle Class 0. Oh, starter foil. It's a little better. Amarant, Windrake, Yang. I think that's actually a promo. And Sid. Wow, we have a lot of packs left, so we're about halfway through the box right now. I guess I'm talking too much in these videos. I apologize for that. I actually had a recording of this entire set before. I had a recording of every set before except Opus 1 because that's before I decided I'd make this YouTube channel. But I didn't say anything in any of those other recordings, and I watched it and I was like, even I'm getting bored, so like no one's gonna watch a 20-minute silent unboxing. So unfortunately that was about, I don't know, 5 sets worth of recordings I had to throw away. But I figured if I uploaded them, no one would watch it anyway. Vivi, Luca, Black Mage, Kina, Sice, Gladiator, Zangetsu, Rare Foil. Black Waltz, Ren, a lot of duplicates now, Garland. Again, this artwork is awesome. I thought, anytime I see this, I always think it's a legend. Just a hero, though. Alright. I kind of want to count how many are left, but I don't want to add any more time to the video. Sky Pirate, blah, 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 blah. You've seen all of this. Angel Penance. Angel, not Angel. Shiva. Angel again. Gilgamesh. I thought this was a legend for a second. Looks a lot like the artwork from the Opus 7 Gilgamesh. Let's just clean these up a little here. Alright. Alright. Let's go straight to the foil. The foils separate the basically the uncommon slots in Final Fantasy TCG, so it's a quick way to just kind of get to the end. Zidane, hero. I'm just going to straight up skip them from going forward. Segwarides. 8. Masked Woman Edward and Jack. His name Jack because he's worth Jack Squat. Alright, skip to the foil. Summoner, common foil. King, Sukinoa, Aiko, and Machina. Machina? I always call him Machina. I don't actually know how it's pronounced though. So if you guys know, feel free to leave it in the comments below and correct me. And then I'll probably mispronounce it anyway next time. Ooh, that's a heavy hitter. So, foil Vivi. Like I said, this was one of the heavy hitters back then until they reprinted it in Heroes and Villains, but that looks awesome. I actually love this artwork just because Vivi was one of my favorite characters in FF9. Wow, that is sweet. So that's our third legend foil, actually. This is actually turning out to be a really good box. Zach. Oh, double legend box. That always feels good. So, yeah, even that artwork is pretty badass. It's from Crisis Core that I think was a PSP game only. I thought it was damaged. No, it's mint condition. Ah, that's pretty cool. So 4 non-foil legends so far and 3 foil legends. This is turning out to be a great box, and if it has the errata I wanted in it too, or not necessarily want, but I just want to see if the official errata in the website have actually been printed. This is going to be a pretty badass box. Kurasame and Zazat, hero. So again, like I did for my Opus 7 unboxing, at the end of this video, if you make it that far, I'll do some statistics. Some people complain to me about these statistics that they don't really have that much meaning, but it's kind of hard to have meaningful statistics when a full case of... Wait, let me see. This is a hero. When a full sealed case guarantees the foil set and a play set of legends. So he said my sample size was insufficient, but at the same time, there's really no meaning for me to a sample size greater than 6, because then it pretty much, you know, the contents for the legends and the foils. Ramza, so that's non-foil legend number 5. And I think we're finally getting near the end of the box. I don't think I'll be able to do it in under 20 minutes. Sorry guys, I won't feel bad if you click off this video. Amarant. And on my website, if you guys don't know about it already, I usually do a full counting of the cards. It doesn't matter. Holy cow, that's another legend. Aerith, legend non-foil. I couldn't tell for a second because of the bum art. This is not one of my favorite opuses, so I don't know the cards very well. Opus 1, I know almost every card by heart because I spent so much time collecting these damn Wave 1 sets. But anyways, what was I talking? I keep getting distracted because I'm talking about something and then I'll get a good hit. I'm going to check for legend before I start talking. But anyways, I was talking about my website and how at the end of each of my... Whoops. Those are going to be damaged cards. At the end of each of my unboxings, I kind of do like a statistics things where I round up each and every one of the cards that I got in it. I kind of do that so, because most people are only going to buy a single booster box. You can't really expect a general public to buy an entire sealed case. And I kind of wanted to be able to give people, starter foil, an idea of kind of a rough estimate of what they might get from a single booster box. Now, I know from a statistics point of view, that's not very helpful, but I kind of try to do something where I show what percentage of a set you can obtain from a booster box. I think for Opus 7, it was something over 90% of every card in the set you could get from a single booster box. So I think that's a little helpful to you guys, and holy cow, you gotta be kidding me. Another Legend foil, so that's Legend foil number 4. This box, I think, has already paid for itself. The non-foil Legends aren't worth much anymore because this is not a popular set, but again, the foil Legends always hold their value, and this artwork's not that cool, but that L part definitely is. Holy cow. Here we go. I'm going to put this up to the camera just so I could check if it's an errata. I know this was on the errata list. At least I'm 90% sure. I'll need to compare it to my existing Opus 3 Genesis avatar just to make sure. Alright. Nearing the end here, guys, so if you're falling asleep, just a few more minutes. Black Chocobo. King. And Faris is the hero. Now, in my last unboxing, I did like a separate section after the unboxing to go over the statistics. To keep this video shorter, I'm not going to do this time. I'll just add kind of the black comment bars throughout the video like I did in pretty much all of my videos. But if you want the full accounting, just visit the associated article on my website. But I don't know how much the general public cares about that. And what I care about is not having a 6-hour unboxing video. Sezat foil. I actually kind of like how that looks. Just a hero, though. And Zeromus the Condemner. I condemn you for being a crap card. Alright. Steiner, love this guy. The artwork's not that great, but this is exactly how I remember him. So again, the nostalgia factor gives them kind of a lot of leeway on the crappy art. I mean, that's how he looked like in the artwork for the game. That's how he looked like in the game, so you can't really fault the artwork too much sometimes. Again, I'd said previously, like, if they did brand new artwork and you didn't recognize it, like, is it really a Final Fantasy trading card game anymore? Zana, common. And Lena, see, look, this is what I'm talking about. Like, I get it. Like, they kind of like this art. Like, if you ever owned the Final Fantasy artwork book, they kind of use this kind of art a lot. But this is a legend, and I almost just put it in the common pile because I was like, what? Like, this looks like a piece of crap. Has the huge empty white space. But it is a legend, and I think that means we're up to 6 non-foil legends and 4 foil legends. So this is a 10 legend box so far. I think that's the most legends I've ever gotten from a single box. I have 3 more packs here. I can't imagine we'll get another one, but if we do, I'm going to go ballistic. Angel, Dorgon. Second to last booster pack. Get rid of these commons. Cannoneer, another common foil. And Kryle has that artwork I don't like again, although probably some of the more artistic people out there might enjoy it because it's authentic looking and not computer generated. Alright guys, last pack and then I'll wrap this up. I'll go through this one slowly, build up the suspense. Deuce. Looks like a deuce. Rogue Commander, Cannoneer, Ephemeral Summoner. I hate those multiple word names. Thief, Kazusa, looks like an anime character. Kina, and Atomos. Not worth anything, but I like how he looks. And Kotar Bashtar, Angel, Steiner, and Zalera, a hero. So no crazy hit at the very end, but this was still actually a really badass box. No curling on any of these cards. These are fresh, and then I'll just have to double check the errata. I'll add some black bars about that later. So these are the legends. Lena, focus camera, focus. There we go. Aerith, Ramza, Zac, Genesis, Exta, Garnet. And I'm not going to go over the regular foils, but the legend foils, Prisha, Vivi, come on camera, cooperate, Ramza, and Kuya. So I know Vivi's definitely a heavy hitter, but I think all of these will be worth $10 plus. And if I can get TCG player pricing, I'll add it to the video comments. Anyways, that's the end of the video. I'll probably be doing an Opus 4 unboxing, maybe an Opus 5 unboxing soon. So subscribe if you want to see more unboxings. I'm going to try to do every single Opus set to add it to my channel. And thanks for watching. Have a great day, guys. Take care.